Hello everyone, welcome back to WsCube. In our previous session, we covered 10 functions on string. In today's session, we will be covering more of them. So let's get started quickly.
Before that, if you want to become a successful data analyst and if you want to learn from our experts live, then you can call on the given number or you can fill the form that is provided in our description. Not just that, with our every batch, you will be getting 2 demo classes for free.
So our first method here would be to check if a string is alphanumeric or not. So I'll be writing here to check if a string is alphanumeric. Now what is alphanumeric over here? Alphanumeric string means a string which has alphabets and numbers inside it. For example, if I take a condition over here where we have a string A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 friends, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'll check if this string A is an alphanumeric or not and string B is alphanumeric or not. For that we have a simple method called as isElnum. Elnum means alphanumeric. IsElnum means alphanumeric. So let's see how it can be done. So I'll be writing A dot is elnum and I'll open close the bracket and let's run and see what happens when it writes for isElnum. So isElnum gives us true because yes, it has a number, and print b dot isElnum. If I run this, it gives us true for both of them. Let's create another variable c over here where I will be writing both 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm also adding a @ sign over here inside a string. And at the same time, I have d as well, which has, let's say, friends, @ and hash. Let's see what happens when I write print and write c dot isElnum, open close the bracket, and print d dot isElnum and open close the bracket. So if I run this program, the first two is giving me true and the second two statements are giving me false. So first two are giving us true because yes, only numbers will also be considered in alphanumeric and only alphabets will also be considered in alphanumeric. But if there is any special symbol or even if there is a space also in between, suppose if I would have put a space in between of B, if I would have written 1, 2, 3, 4 space friends and I would have run it, it would have given me false. So space also counts in the category of special symbols over here. So we cannot give a space as well. We need to make sure that if we have a string which has letters or numbers or a combination of it and with no space. Only the strings with no space in between and only has the combination of letters and numbers and not special symbols can be called as an alphanumeric string. So our next method in Python is to check if a string only has alphabets in it. Now how to do that? To check if a string only has alphabets in it. So how it can be done? I'm creating a variable called as A over here. Inside A, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friends. Okay. I'm creating another variable over here, B, where I'm just writing friends. I'm creating another variable called as C, where I'm writing hello friends. And D, where I'm creating a string where I have hello only @ let's say. I'm not using the combination of numbers over here. So I'll be checking it for all of them, that print A dot isAlpha. IsAlpha means not any alphabet if the A string only has alphabets in it. So if it is there, it will give us true. If it is not there, it will give us false. Print B dot isAlpha. Print C dot isAlpha. And print D dot isAlpha. Right, let me run and show it to you what happens. It only gives true in the case of B. Why it's only giving true in the case of B? Because if you'll notice in the first one, in the A string, we have numbers over there, which is again not alphabets. Second string, yes, we only have alphabets. That's why it's giving us true. Third string, we have written hello friend, which is only alphabets, but if you will notice, there is a space in between. So space, yes, space is counted as a special symbols. That's why we cannot use space also to check if it is an alphanumeric, it should not have space in between. Fourth is hello, and at the rate symbol again is a symbol. So yes, it will give us false for hello at the rate as well. So this was our example for alpha. So far we have done is elnum. That means if it is the alphabet and numbers. So moving ahead, we have our next method that is called as is digit. So we will be checking if any string is a digit string or not. So for that, I'll be creating a variable called as a is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm creating another variable b is equals to 1.234. Another variable, let's say c is equals to. So in this string C, we have used a Unicode. The Unicode is nothing but it is a universal character set. Let's see if I check for them if they are a digit or not. So if I check for the first one, that a dot is digit, I'll do the same, that print b dot is digit, and lastly print c dot is digit. If I run this program, let's see what happens. It gives me true for the first one, false for the second one, and true again for the third one. So here see where the Unicode that I have written is, it is a Unicode of number 0. So because it is a Unicode of number 0, that's why it is giving a true. Yes, it is a digit again, even though if it is a Unicode, but still it is a Unicode of a digit. So yes, that works over here. First one is true because yes, there are all digits over here, and the second one is false because there is a decimal among them. That's why it gives us a false. So this is how you can use is digit over here with the help of the string function. Moving towards our next function we have. So next we will be talking about is numeric. Let's check if a string is a numeric or not. So here I will be writing to check if a string is numeric or not. So I'll be taking the previous examples only, and all I'm going to do is, so I'm taking another example also over here. I'm writing d over here. D is equals to, I'm writing minus 123. Okay. And here I will be replacing these digits with an is numeric and is numeric as well over here, right? And we'll do the same with the print d statement. So print d dot is numeric. Let's see what happens when I run this program. So it gives us true for the first one, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, which we can clearly see our numbers. B, it gives us false because decimal numbers are also not counted in the case of numeric numbers. It does not come in the category of numeric. Third thing, we have a Unicode of number 0. Yes, again it counts in the category of numbers. So yes. D also gives us false because there is a minus in front of it. It's not minus, it's not considering it as a minus, it's considering it as a hyphen. Hyphen is a symbol, so symbol cannot be used over here. That's why it's showing us false over here. So this was our fourth method. Moving ahead with our next method that we have over here is called as is lower, to check if a string is written in a lower case or not. So let's write it down first over here to check if a string is in lower case or not. So I'll be considering 3 to 4 examples over here. I'm creating a string called as hello in all lower. I'm creating another string b where I'm writing same thing, hello, but with the capital H. Here I'm considering the C string where I am using HELLO in all caps. D I'm creating HELLO. Okay, let's check for all of them that if they are in lowercase or not. So if I'll write print a dot is lower and open close the quotations, and I'll repeat the similar method for all of them, and here I'll be adding B, C and D. Let's run and see what happens when we run this program. So it's giving us true only for the first one, not for the second one, not for the third one, not for the fourth one. It's false for all three of them. Why? Because in the second one you will notice that the first letter is written in capital H. In the third one, you will notice that all the letters over here are written in capital. In the fourth one, you will notice even though the first two letters are written in small, the third and fourth letters written over here are written in capital. So yes, again, it is not a proper lowercase. Similarly, we can check the condition for the uppercase as well, that if I'll replace this thing with the upper, that to check if a string is in uppercase or not, all you need to do is replace this lower with upper. Once I have changed, or once I have replaced everything with upper, let's see for dot upper. Dot upper gives us false for all of them except the fifth one, except the fifth line, that is our C string, where everything is written in the uppercase. HELLO, each letter is written here in uppercase. All the other three strings, in the first string it's all in lowercase, even though in B the first letter is in uppercase but all the rest remaining letters are in lowercase. While in the D you can clearly see that the first two letters are in lowercase, while the third, even though if third and fourth letters are in uppercase, still the other letters are in lowercase. That's why it will not consider it as a whole upper string, right? This was our upper method. So lower and upper method are pretty similar in this way, ki if all the letters are lower, then yes, it will consider it as a lower string, and all the upper or the letters are in upper, then it will consider it as a upper string. Moving ahead with our next method that we have over here is space. So space is our next method. Let's see how space is written down. So space, first of all, let's have a heading over here that to check if all the characters in the string are white spaces. Right, to check if all the characters in the strings are white spaces, first of all, let's create a string over here. I'm not writing anything inside it. Another string over here where I am not writing something, but maybe S or hello in between. Or maybe if I'll write B, C is equals to 1 and give spaces. I'll be checking the conditions for all three of them, that print A dot, so we are checking it for the white spaces, so that's why we will write A is space. You can see the suggestion already is here, and I'll open close the brackets and print B dot is space. Again open close the brackets, print C dot is space, and again open close the bracket. So let's run the program and let's see how it works. It gives true only for the first one. Why it's giving true only for the first one? Because first string is the only string that has all blank spaces. In the second string we have the word hello in between, even though we have blank spaces in front and in the end, still we have a word written over there. That's why even if there is a letter also, that will also be not counted in the category of space. Third, we have a number written over here. Again, even though we have a space in front of it or in back of it, still it will not be counted as a space character, right? So this was our space method. Moving ahead to our next method, that is title. Let's see how title works. To check if a string is a title string or not, we use this method is title. So I'll be writing over here to check if a string is a title string. Let's see how does it works. So I'm creating a string over here. A is equals to Charlie and the chocolate factory, with only the first letter of the whole sentence as a capital. I'm creating another variable called as B, where I'm adding Charlie and the chocolate factory, where I'm keeping the capital letters for Charlie and as well as the chocolate and as well as for the factory. Third one, here we have C. C is equals to Charlie, and here end will also be a capital. PHE will be also the capital. Chocolate, C is also capital. Factories, C is factories, F is also capital, and another one D, where everything is in small. Charlie and the chocolate factory, right? Now let's print what happens when we check them for the title. So print A dot is title, print B dot is title, print C dot is title, print D dot is title. Let's run and see what happens when I run this program. It gives me false for the first one, where the first letter was capital. Even though first letter was capital, it is not a title, because in the title all the letters of each and every word should be capital. So it gives me false for the first one. It gives me false for the second one because only two words or three words here has a capital letter in front of it. C gives me true. Why? Because Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, all the words which are used over here are in capital letters. At the same time, the fourth one also gives me false. Why? Because everything is in small letters. So this is how our is title works. Is title only gives us true when all the first letters of each element inside a string is a capital. So guys, in this module, we learned 8 different methods for the string functions. I would just once repeat what were those 8 methods. First one was lnum, where we checked for if a string is an alphanumeric string. Second one was isAlpha, where we checked if a string has only alphabets inside it. Third was isDigit, where we checked if a number was a digit, even though if it is a Unicode, if it is a digit or not. The fourth one was isNumeric also, where we checked if a number is a numeric or not. Here negative numbers are also not considered because the minus symbol here inside the strings is a hyphen, not a minus over there. And then we came to isLower and isUpper, where we checked if the string is whole in a lowercase or whole in a uppercase. Next we learned about isSpace, where we checked if all the characters inside the string has blank spaces. And lastly, we learned about isTitle. isTitle allows us to check if a string is a title string or not, where all the characters of every word, or the first character of every word should be capital. So these were our 8 methods that we learned in this session. In our next session, there will be more methods related to the strings that we will be continuing. So stay connected and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.